Prophecy, Isaiah 49 verse 5 and fulfillment, Luke 1 verse 31, Philippians 2 verse 7. A servant from the womb. The prophecy in Isaiah 49 verse 5 foretells the role of the Messiah as a servant from the womb, humbly coming into the world to fulfill God's divine plan of redemption. This prophecy finds its fulfillment in the Gospel of Luke and the letter to the Philippians, revealing Jesus' identity as the humble and obedient servant who selflessly served humanity. Isaiah's prophecy. In Isaiah 49 verse 5, the prophet declares, "And now the Lord says, He who formed me in the womb to be his servant to bring Jacob back to him and gather Israel to himself, for I am honored in the eyes of the Lord and my God has been my strength." The fulfillment in Luke and Philippians. The fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy is evident in the Gospel of Luke and the letter to the Philippians, where Jesus' role as a humble servant is vividly depicted. Luke 1 verse 31 The angel's announcement. In Luke 1 verse 31, the angel Gabriel appears to Mary and announces, "You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus." The angel's message to Mary reveals that Jesus, the Son of God, would take on human form, becoming a servant from the very moment of conception. Philippians 2 verse 7 The humility of Christ. The letter to the Philippians further expounds on Jesus' role as a servant. In Philippians 2 verse 7, it is written, "Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness." This verse emphasizes that Jesus willingly emptied himself of his divine privileges and took on the form of a servant, humbling himself to serve humanity. A humble servant's mission. Isaiah's prophecy and its fulfillment highlight Jesus' humble mission on earth. As a servant, Jesus came to serve and reconcile humanity with God. He displayed humility, compassion, and selflessness throughout his ministry, demonstrating what it means to be a true servant of God. Servanthood through sacrifice. Jesus' role as a servant was exemplified by his ultimate act of sacrifice on the cross. He offered himself as a ransom for humanity's sins, demonstrating the depth of his love and obedience to the Father's will. Through his sacrificial death, Jesus became the perfect example of servanthood, setting the pattern for his followers to follow. An invitation to servanthood. The fulfillment of Isaiah 49 verse 5 in Luke and Philippians serves as an invitation to believers to embrace a life of servanthood. Just as Jesus humbly served others, believers are called to imitate his example by serving one another in love and humility. Conclusion. The prophecy in Isaiah 49 verse 5 and its fulfillment in Luke and Philippians reveal Jesus as the servant from the womb. Jesus' life on earth exemplified true servanthood, and his sacrificial death became the ultimate expression of his love and obedience. As believers, we are encouraged to follow his example by humbly serving others and reflecting his selfless love to the world. Jesus' identity as a servant from the womb teaches us that true greatness lies in serving others with humility and compassion.